Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most mysterious and fan-favorite characters in One Piece, red-haired Shanks. And trust me, this is not your average theory. This one digs deep into his past, his true origins, his strange connection to the world government, and even his role in the return of Nika. Let's get into it. So first off, yes, Shanks has a mark of the world government. And not just that, he actually went to Marijoa, the Holy Land, and was connected to the world government in a way that most fans didn't expect. Now, I know that sounds suspicious at first, but hear me out. Shanks is not evil. His role is way more complex. He's tied to some of the biggest events in the story, especially the return of the sun god Nika. Author was always going to reveal something big about Shanks eventually, and we're finally seeing that picture come together. Let's go back to the beginning. Shanks' family background. It turns out Shanks was actually born into the celestial dragon family known as the Figurelands. That's right. During the legendary God Valley incident, when everything turned upside down, Roger and his crew ended up taking a baby Shanks with them, accidentally. This means that Shanks, a literal celestial dragon child, was raised among pirates. Huge twist, right? He grew up with Roger, alongside Buggy, and lived the pirate life. Then after Roger's execution, Shanks didn't just disappear. He went on a personal mission, one that led him back to the very place he came from, Marijoa. And this part gets really interesting. This visit to Marijoa was actually confirmed by his own brother, Shamrock, and even Shanks himself, who revealed that he had gone to the Holy Land and met King Harold. He even lived there for a while. That's right, Shanks returned to the place where his bloodline came from. But it wasn't just nostalgia. He had a purpose. Now, in New Chapter the flashback 14 years ago, Shanks and Gabon were seen bathing together, and on Shanks' left arm, fans noticed a mysterious mark. And not just any mark, it resembled a symbol tied to the world government. Some fans believe it might be the Abyss Mark, a magical seal that's only granted by Emu, the shadowy figure pulling the strings at the top. So what does this Abyss Mark do? According to the theory, it grants the bearer the ability to use pentagram-powered teleportation, which we've seen used by the Five Elders at Egghead Island, and also by the Gods Knights in Elbaf. These portals, or Abyss Gates, allow high-ranking world government figures to travel instantly across vast distances, and in some cases they can even summon others to their location, like what we saw with Summers and Killingham. But here's the twist: Shanks' mark was on his left arm, the same arm he famously sacrificed to save Luffy. Now, this might be reaching a bit, but the theory goes that by losing his arm, Shanks may have freed himself from the Abyss Mark. Whether intentional or not, that moment wasn't just about saving Luffy. It might have symbolized him cutting ties with the world government once and for all. Again, just a theory, but a pretty compelling one. Now, I know some people think this makes Shanks look shady. They wonder, if he had ties to Marijoa, maybe he's evil? But honestly, I don't think that's the case at all. Shanks has always been portrayed as someone who works in the shadows to protect balance, and that lines up with this theory. His visit to Marijoa probably had a greater purpose, and it might even tie back to Roger's final words to him. According to Shamrock, Shanks eventually left Marijoa because the lifestyle there just didn't suit him. That makes sense. Shanks went on to form his own pirate crew and eventually became one of the Yonko. But he wasn't just chasing power. He had a mission. Now here's where it all comes together. Shanks is called the Child of Destiny by Gabon, and it seems his destiny is directly tied to the return of Nika, the warrior of liberation. It's very likely that Shanks' mission was to locate the Nika fruit and protect it until the right person came along, the one who would awaken its true power. And guess what? That's probably why Shanks was even in Marijoa in the first place. Maybe he suspected the fruit was hidden there, or had info from Roger that pointed him in that direction. It all ties back to that moment we thought was random: Shanks stealing the fruit from Who's Who. According to new hints in the manga, the fruit had been stolen from Elbaf, and Shanks recovered it before it could fall into the wrong hands. That fruit, of course, ended up in the hands of Luffy. So to wrap it all up, Shanks' story is way deeper than we thought. He's not just a powerful Yonko or a mysterious ally. He's possibly the bridge between the Celestial Dragons and the New Age of Freedom. Born as a Figureland, raised by Roger, connected to the world government, but ultimately working from the shadows to protect the future. And that future? It's Nika, the liberator of the world. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Shanks is still hiding something? Or is he truly the Child of Destiny? See you in the next video.